We'll be there very soon. Okay. Sit. Hello. Hello guys.
Hello.
Hello everyone.
Welcome to join us for our live Q&A session. We're finishing. It's
Okay.
also fine.
Repeat all this what you said because it wasn't recording. Sorry. It wasn't live.
Really?
Sorry. Okay. We are live? Yes. If you can hear us well, click the like button. Hello everyone. Okay, good. It's fine here. Nice. Hello Subway. I think so far it's just you and us. So we have some questions from you. We're gonna wait a little bit more to see if this gets a bit more crowded with people. All right. Yeah, buffering. Yeah, I had some problem with the phone because we are doing this live stream with the phone. So just like HYEKYONG was saying, why are we doing this today?
So some of you guys might know already that we're finishing our Singapore series. So we thought it would be a great wrap up if we could do some Q&A live session about Singapore. So if you have any questions related to Singapore, how to travel or where to visit or how is life there, we'll be ready to answer all those questions. So I hope you guys have some questions.
Yeah. First of all, let me say hi to the people who is joining the chat so far. If you don't say anything, I cannot see you. So everybody just say hi or please tell us where you are watching us from. If it's from India, if it's from Australia or from US or what city. So far, Subway was the first coming. Thanks for joining so early.
Thank you so much.
Subway was, should I say Subway group of learning or just Subway? I hope Subway is fine. Was waiting here like, hey guys, you're late. Sorry, we were fixing the microphone thing, so it was a bit messy at the beginning. Then we also have Anujit. Hi Anujit, how are you doing? How about food and accommodation there? Okay, we're gonna go with the questions. Let us say hi to everyone first. And Manny Explores from New Jersey, USA. Cool. Yeah,
Nice.
see, that's what I like to see where everybody's coming from, and it must be late in US right now. Yeah?
What time
It's
is
late
it
night.
now?
Oh, how? Yeah, it's past midnight.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So yeah, thanks for joining
Thanks
this
for joining.
live stream. We're gonna try to answer all of your questions from Singapore or not Singapore related, but we will prioritize with Singapore first. Okay? First of all, we have some questions from Subway, of course, because when we posted this announcing this live stream, Subway just came to the community tab on YouTube, because we have a community tab. I'm not sure if other people know. And there we post like more non-video announcements, like when we are going live or some poll to know your opinion. Sometimes we ask like what kind of video you want to watch next, stuff like that. But first question that Subway was asking, there you go. It was okay.
Okay.
Here you can start.
So number
Which
one.
food do you like the most in Singapore? Which food? Yeah, number one from Subway. Which food do you like the most from Singapore? Well, if you watch our latest video, we did like a top 5 compilation of all the foods we've tried in Singapore. And number 1, what was that?
Number one was a chili crab and pepper crab. I really don't know which one is better because I love both of them. And yeah, it was really, really nice. The sauce was the sauce was the key, and yeah,
Clearly.
yeah, it was really nice.
Okay. Another question. We're gonna try to jump between different people because Subway sent like 10 questions. Well,
But I
thank you
think
so
we
much
could
for
do one,
this.
two, three. There are
Yeah,
one-
Singapore related for sure. Okay, number 2.
Number two, cheapest way to live in Singapore.
Well, for us was the cheapest way was house sitting as we did. By the way, we have an episode about that. We have many episodes talking about house sitting. That's what we did in Singapore. We contact first this couple with 2 cats, and they allowed us to stay. I mean, allowed us. There's this website that puts in touch travelers like us and house and pet owners like them. Just like we are doing now in India, we are taking care of 2 cats. One of them you don't see it because it's behind the camera, and the other one you don't see it because it's somewhere else.
Yeah.
So what we did in Singapore, and that was the reason we came back to Asia from Europe, because we were house sitting in Europe, but then this opportunity came. We said, oh, we have to go to Singapore. This is a
Yeah.
chance we shouldn't miss. So we stayed in Singapore for 6 weeks. Yeah, 6 weeks.
Yeah, that really helped us to save our budget for the accommodation.
Mhm.
Because I mean, if you're staying in a guest house like every day, it saves too. But still, paying like zero on accommodation helped us a lot to try more food and to visit more places. So definitely, we recommend to try the house sitting if you're especially traveling in a like I don't know, like an expensive city.
Mhm.
And also we try to go to like a local food places. For example, in Singapore there's this hawker center. The hawker center
Centers,
is like
many.
yeah, hawker centers. There are so many hawker centers. It's like a outside food court where so many food stalls, like all different kinds of food from like all around the world. And you can find like mainly you can find like Malaysian, Singapore, Indonesian, like India, Chinese. There's a variety of food there, and it's really really cheap, very affordable price. So we would like you to go for that, and it really helped us to save on our money on food also.
Yeah. There's fine dining as well if you want to spend money, but and actually about accommodation, it's not that expensive because there's hostels, and it became, since it's in Southeast Asia, its neighbor countries are not as expensive or as rich as Singapore. I don't know, Vietnam or Thailand or Indonesia, Malaysia. So there's a lot of budget accommodation like hostels, guest houses, where you sleep in a dorm with other people. And we did that our first night and our last 2 nights, right? Because it was before entering the house for the house sitting. And it wasn't that expensive. I mean,
yeah, if you're okay with
it was a bit more than,
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever cheap accommodation we had in Vietnam or India. But still, for that kind of city, I would say it was cheaper than Seoul, maybe. Like in Seoul, we tried some guest house.
yeah,
For a big city
yeah,
like that,
so-
like, super high-tech, futuristic city and clean and all that stuff, it wasn't that expensive.
Seoul
and-
is expensive.
Yeah, and
Expensive.
we didn't do that much research. We just went through, okay, cheap, well, whatever. And then we didn't care about the location that much or the facilities because we were not planning to stay in the hostel. We were just to crash, drop our bag, stay for a while, and then explore the whole city. So it's not expensive, Singapore. I mean, there is this myth that it's one of the most expensive cities, maybe to live in, to have your like work and life and social life and all that stuff. But as we did, eating in hawker centers and staying in a guest house or hostel, it wasn't that crazy.
But
Yeah.
if you if you really like cooking at home, and if you really like to go for the grocery shopping, and then the grocery was quite expensive because most of the stuffs were imported. So when we did the grocery shopping, because sometimes I mean you can go to hawker center every day, but sometimes you want to cook and you want to have like
Home feeling.
home feeling, right? So we went to like supermarket, like several supermarkets, and they were quite not really cheap, like
Okay.
all the vegetables and like fruits. So
I think this question about accommodation is answered. We have a lot of questions from the chat coming. So next one would be, how is the prices of hostels? Okay, prices of hostels. I think it was about between $10 and $20. I think we paid $15 for both of us in a dorm.
yeah, we found a
Right?
really cheap
It's
one.
it's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, if you do some research,
yeah.
it's not your biggest spending, I would say.
Yeah.
Another question is, can you tell something about big bus tour service in Singapore? No. We can tell you about tour service, bus tour service, because we didn't take any bus tour because we had enough time to explore it by ourselves.
Yeah.
If it's like limited time, if you're in the city for 2-3 days, might be recommended to do one of those. But since we had plenty of time, we just took the public like bus and subway, like the people living there, and we just marked on the map wherever we wanted to go to check some food, to check some place, and we didn't do any like tour per se.
Yeah, one of the reasons is that the public transportation wasn't that expensive. So we could easily use the metro or bus. It was very well connected. So we didn't feel like, oh, let's just do the tour. Let's just forget about everything and let's do. We didn't really do that.
Yeah,
so.
mainly because we had the time to plan ourselves and research, you know, and all that stuff. Another question is, do you like watching videos and then reacting to them? Well, you mean to upload on our channel? We haven't done that.
Reaction?
Yet.
Like a watching video?
Yeah, like watching video and react. I don't know.
Jordi doesn't like it.
First, because
I like it though.
I might be not reacting enough to make the video fun. You know, that honestly, I see many of those video reactions that they are overacting or overreacting just for to please the audience, which I totally understand. It's hard for me. I'm not that good actor or whatever, and I don't know. I would feel myself like forcing my laugh or my surprise face or something just to to make the video fun enough. But I mean, I could try any reaction video and probably you won't see me that surprised or that stuff. I think it's not our thing.
You will feel like, oh, they're so boring. Like that's all they can do.
Yesterday we were laughing a lot with watching like a stand-up comedian, Louis C.K. Yeah, it was crazy, and I had fun. Maybe we should have recorded ourselves watching that, but it's a bit controversial, so maybe not.
Well,
plus, I think it's a cheap way to make videos. Like we like to work on our videos, edit, put the titles, and do some research, give some information.
If you watch a lot of like reaction videos, they do a lot of effort. They actually edit what they like reacted, like putting some images and then also some memes.
I know.
They put a lot of effort. Actually, for example, if I have some like music video that I really like, I also check the reaction video of that music video because I want to check how other people think about it. I want to know how others feel about it. If it's the same as mine or if it's different. I want to see all the different interpretation. So I personally really enjoy watching reaction videos, but Jordi doesn't really
punctually.
Like
sometimes I can enjoy some movie scene that I like or some music video or something that I like. I might want to watch some reaction video, but in general, it's not my thing. No, not really.
Is there any like video that you want us to watch and
react?
and react? Some music videos,
and fake the reaction. It should.
If you suggest, if you recommend us some, maybe we could try. I mean, why not? I mean, we have tons of time, right?
But it has to be very shocking to shock us, because internet is full of things, and you watch and become more like ready to see these kind of things. Many things are not surprising anymore. So I would be like watching and okay, oh wow, yeah, wow. But I wouldn't be like, whoa, wow, oh my god. No, I mean,
there has to be some like zombie thing, like
maybe with movies, like
some movies, like
or music video or something. I don't know.
Like, but is it really hard to shock us? Because we are quite strong, we're quite hardcore.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, another question. Have you visited Marina Bay Sands in Singapore? Is it good to visit there? We didn't visit that. It's not our kind of thing. The hotel. Yeah.
Yeah,
We didn't visit.
together no, but I visited, yeah.
So,
when
yeah,
I
so
went
yeah,
to
you tell about
Singapore,
that.
yeah, when I went to Singapore for work, I used to be a flight attendant, so I sometimes I flew to Singapore, uh, like not often, but yeah, I went there like four or five times, like before quitting my job. And one day I went there, one of my crew members, I think I went up to the rooftop bar, I think, on the Marina Bay Sands. There's a rooftop bar, and then we just had like a cocktail or something like that. It was really nice. It was very nice. I didn't know that normal people could go up there. I mean, like normal people, like what I meant is that the one who's not staying in the hotel. But at that time, I knew that I could also go there and just see the views, and it was very nice. But altogether, no.
Okay. Another question. Which place you like the most in Singapore? Probably for me would be Gardens by the Bay, but it was a bit too crowded. It's super beautiful. I mean, it's so nice. It's big, so you have a space to do some workout. Have a space to admire the plants. There's like two indoors. I don't know, like flower garden and waterfall, and it's very beautiful. Beside that, I would say the hawker centers, the food places, because it's not just about eating, right? It's not only about eating. It's about the see all the variety of dishes from many places of the world, and see the people like enjoying and trying different stuff.
Yeah,
and,
like the interactions and people gathering
and the smells around.
Yeah, it's a
Super
whole
cool.
different experience. But I also have to agree on the Gardens by the Bay as one of the most beautiful places in Singapore. Especially at night, they have this music show, and it's so beautiful. I thought it would be like kind of shitty, like they just play some random music and then it doesn't really sync the lights and everything.
It was well made.
I thought it would be quite shitty, but it was actually very well made, and I was really fascinated. So I really recommend you to go and check there if you have a chance to visit Singapore.
I mean, you don't have to recommend it. It's like the #1 attraction. Everybody going to Singapore will be recommended that, and it's worth. I mean,
just
it's
check the time schedule of the homepage, because it's hot, so you don't wanna go outside.
There's more questions here. How was your experience visiting Little India in Singapore? Is it similar to India or not? How is it different? I have to say, it was the first place we were in Singapore because our first hostel was in Little India, and we didn't know that until we booked.
Yeah.
So we were not looking, let's stay in Little India. We just looked for the hostel, it was cheap, okay, let's go. And then we realized, oh, do you know what? It's in Little India. Oh yeah, cool. And then the first day in Singapore we had some dosa because we missed it so much from 2018. That's when we spent 6 months here traveling in South India. And is it different? Yes, but no. I mean, it has the India vibe, the colorful buildings, the food restaurants are pretty much like that, but it's in a different setting because it's, Singapore is very modern and the roads are very clean. You have a sidewalk to walk, while in many of the places we were in India, we were walking right next to the cars and a bit more crowded and messy and honking. That was more like peaceful, a bit more calm.
Peaceful, and the colonial buildings, right?
Yeah. Some buildings were low, colonial, with the columns, and it was beautiful. But it's not India. I mean, maybe if someone who has never been in India goes to Little India might get a little taste, a little glimpse of what could India be. But India is so big, so many different cities, villages, places, countryside, nature. You cannot tell Little India is like India because India has so many different things, I guess. Right? Yeah. Right. Another one question. Wait, no, I read. You just react.
What?
Please tell me, but honestly, don't read. Okay? What do you think of humans taking a shower in the automatic car washes with the big rotating brushes without car? I want to know your opinion. Wow. You know what I mean? You know?
Yeah, like the car wash.
Yeah, the car wash.
But instead of car, human go
I never heard about that. So apparently there's people taking shower there. Wow. What do you think of those people? I think there is less dangerous places to take showers.
No,
You could die there,
I
right?
would be terrified.
Plus,
No.
how whoever the managers, how do they allow that? I mean, there's scars and those soap is not good for the skin for sure. I mean, I think it shouldn't be allowed if you ask me opinion, right?
What, you wanna kill the person or what's the,
I don't know. I don't
what's
know why
the
he's
point of
asking.
it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I want to ask, where did you get that idea from?
Yeah. Where did you see
Yeah,
that? Is it
where
a
did you
thing
see
somewhere
that?
or?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, more people joining. Hello, Nick and Helmi, all the way from
Hello.
Sydney. It's afternoon there, I guess. Anyway, cheers with the coffee.
Yeah.
And
cheers.
then we have Hyunggun. Hello,
Oh.
my friend from Korea, from Seoul.
안녕하세요.
How are you? 안녕하세요.
잘 지내세요?
Cool. So, okay, let's recap a little bit. We are just answering your questions about Singapore because we finished our Singapore series 2 days ago. We just published the last episode, and we're trying to, all the things we didn't say during our videos, try to answer the questions with the things that we know. Of course, we cannot answer things we don't know. Then Subway is asking, Universal Studio in Singapore, is it worth for visit there? Probably it is. We skipped it. You know why?
Yeah.
Why did we skip it?
Because wasn't it expensive?
It's expensive. We like theme parks and we usually sacrifice, but I think we were too busy with Singapore itself, with the
things.
city. Like we were more excited about going to hawker centers and food and everything. And I was, because in July it was HYEKYONG's birthday and I was thinking doing something special, something different. But I was checking the attractions, the rides and everything in the Universal Park, Universal Studios Singapore, and to be honest, I didn't feel super excited about that. I've been to other Universal Studios or other theme parks and they are really cool. I mean, just reading the names of not the names, the description of roller coasters, checking online reviews, YouTube videos, whatever, you can get really excited with something. Universal Singapore didn't do that to me, so I thought, oh, maybe next time, I don't know. So we went to eat something expensive.
Yeah, so instead we went to eat black pepper crab on my birthday, but it was really nice. It was one of the best birthdays.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Really worth it.
Subway is asking, I heard Singapore have very strict laws. You can't chew chewing gum there. Is it true? We heard that.
Yeah.
We didn't test it. I mean, we were not brave enough to go out the street chewing gum, waiting for what happened, right? But they are selling chewing gums in the supermarket.
Yeah.
So
true.
I guess you are allowed to eat it at home or indoors, I guess. And that law, I guess, it's to avoid people, spitting the thing on the floor to make it dirty. But I think chewing it, if no one can see you, I guess no one's going around opening mouths like, hey, are you chewing? I don't think that's going on, right? But I don't know, maybe some Singaporean who tried chewing a gum on the streets might answer better this question. We should have Gunner here.
But I had the mint kind of thing, like a candy or something.
Like
a candy.
Yeah, but then you don't throw it
because
it melts.
on the bus or on the subway.
Huh.
But even when I was doing it, I felt a bit like guilty. Like, what if they say something about this? Like, but it's just candy. It's not chewing gum or anything. And there was this law that was very interesting, like the durian. Do not carry durian on the bus, like public transportation.
No subway or bus.
So it was very funny to see the sign, like a no durian, the photo of the durian, and then having this.
Yeah.
Like seeing this kind of thing in Seoul is impossible.
But that makes sense because it's very smelly, and if they want to keep this
there are no durian in
harmony
Seoul,
and peace, I guess you don't want to mess around with the smells in the subway or bus.
It stays long. It stays long. Yeah. We wanted to have durian at home, but since it was not our house, we didn't want to leave any bad smell, so we couldn't try it at home because I was worried. We
could have tried in the market, like buy some part and just keep it on the street.
We've seen people like selling a lot on the street, but we were not very brave enough, to try. And then we always thought, they're selling it on a tourist price, like like more expensive than it is. So we didn't really have a chance to try it. We actually tried it for the first time in Malaysia, right?
Yeah.
Malaysia.
Yeah, and it wasn't that bad. It was smelly, but I could eat it again. It's not my favorite fruit for sure, but it wasn't that bad.
It was frozen one.
Yeah,
though.
our hosts were.
Yeah.
Well, we should speak about Malaysia.
Yeah.
some
In
other
Malaysia
time.
series.
We have more questions. Are you both couple or best friends? We're both. I married my best friend. Yeah. I hope you can say the same. Yeah. We are couple, best friends. So I said I don't want to lose my best friend. I'm gonna marry her. Okay. Hyun-kun says my colleague will go move to Singapore a few months later. Can you give me any advice living in Singapore as a foreigner? Honestly, you don't need any advice. Singapore is a very ready city for foreigners. It's very expat friendly, if you know what I mean, and everything is in not only English, but you can see a lot of signs in Chinese, Japanese, and even Korean. There's a big expat Korean community in Singapore, so it's easy to find international food. Like you miss Japanese food, you can find it. You miss Korean food, you can find it. You miss Indian food, there's a lot. You miss Spanish food, there's Spanish restaurants. I mean,
but I didn't really see many Korean restaurants in hawker centers.
Not in hawker centers, but there's
In hawker center, Korean food is not really popular. Korean food is more like
Fine dining.
still like a fine dining. When we went to some like a not luxury area, but some I don't know, some expensive like areas, we could find some very fancy restaurant, like some fancy Korean restaurants. Maybe we didn't really explore much. There must be some I don't know, like Korean restaurants that expects going there whenever they miss Korean food. But in hawker center, at least like we couldn't find any. Like,
or maybe they
Korean-
could at
Korean
home
restaurants.
because you can find
Korean
Korean products in the
right.
supermarket very easily, like ramyeon and the sauces and gochujang, gochugaru, everything.
We've
So
seen Korean supermarkets.
you can really cook Korean stuff. The thing is, prices in supermarkets are a bit expensive because Singapore doesn't produce many, like food
Local.
ingredients.
Yeah.
So most of the products you find when you go grocery are imported and are a bit more expensive than, quite more expensive than when you buy them in other countries.
Yeah.
But yeah, Hyungyun needs to specify or any tip as a foreigner in Singapore. Just follow the rules, and I would recommend to get social, to enjoy more. I was following or joining some Facebook groups because there's events, sorry. So I was looking for events like, what's going on this weekend? There is this party in this bar, there is this concert in this park. So there's a lot of these things, many of them free, many of them paying with a ticket, but I found out and we joined some of these things randomly, quite randomly. Yeah.
Oh, and if you're really into like concert or events or something like that, there's this like free concerts like held like every day. What was the name of the place?
Esplanade?
Yeah, Esplanade. It's the like a cultural like concert
Cultural
like,
center,
cultural
convention
center,
center, yeah.
where they have like free concerts like almost every day. So if you check the schedule, if you're really into it, even you were just traveling for a week, maybe just one day you could just go there. I mean the architecture, the building itself is so beautiful, especially if you go there at night, and it's near the where is that?
Gardens by the Bay.
Gardens by the Bay
Marina, no?
and Marina Bay all together. So the night view is also very beautiful, very pretty. So we really recommend you to check
we
that
went there
also. Yeah.
more than once to see the art, and there was different concert styles, and it was cool.
So cool,
Yeah.
so cool.
I just posted the link on the chat, so you should be able to click and see. And yeah, there are more questions. Subway is asking top 10 places you recommend to visit, especially for budget traveler. We have a video about the top 5 free things to do in Singapore. I would say for sure Gardens by the Bay because it's free and it's super beautiful and big. You can spend a full day there. Botanical gardens, it's okay.
It's good. It was really nice.
It's nice if you like gardens and walking in the
But
nature.
it's hot, so get
depends
get
on the
ready
day.
for that.
Yeah. And then what else did we recommend? There's Esplanade because it has like these free concerts and events and workshops and a lot of things.
And hawker centers for sure.
Well, that's not free. But it's budget friendly.
But you can go and just
You
check
can go.
and go
Just
around.
do your research.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
don't
yeah.
go where everybody goes. We did some online research, like blogs and food reviews and stuff. Like, if you want to eat like the most authentic blah 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 dish, you can go to this place, or this place, and then we just check how far is that place from us, or if there are other interesting places around, and then judging from that, we decided which one to go and which food to try. Yeah.
And also, we didn't have enough footage, so we didn't make a video of it. But I really love the Haji Lane. Haji Lane. It's a alley. It's a alley
Street,
where
yeah.
all the like small like shops and restaurants and very cute cafes. I really loved it, and there were so many people taking photos. And there are also a bar with the wall paintings, and it was very beautiful.
It's very nice, but it's very touristy.
Yeah,
I don't think locals
yeah,
go there.
yeah,
It's just a very
touristy,
fancy
but still
Instagram spot,
yeah, but
right?
it's pretty. It was
It's
pretty.
yeah.
It was
Can't
pretty.
deny that.
And,
Yeah.
and also, if you're into like shopping, I don't know, like electronics, like shopping mall, the Funan, the shopping center was.
Yeah, when we were there,
was really
there was
good,
some
right?
shopping mall that just opened, and they call it like the shopping mall of the future, blah blah blah, smart shopping mall. To me, it looked like a normal shopping mall. It had a few things. You could cross the shopping mall with a bicycle. There was a bike lane crossing it,
Yeah.
and there were some smart features that I don't remember, but they have like a floor with many workshops, and they have like I don't know how to call it, like a kind of a TV studio for whatever, like working space where they had like seminars and workshops that we didn't attend, but it seemed like a very hotspot in the city, I would say.
And also Chinatown for sure. And what else?
Chinatown, and then
Bugis was nice too.
well, for food.
Bugis.
Yeah.
And
Temples. The thing with Singapore is that you have a mix of Chinese or Buddhist temples and Hindu temples. There are some churches that we didn't go, but there are some like Catholic things.
Yeah.
Also, we liked in Fort Canning. That's a big park in the in the center of Singapore. They were holding the bicentennial experience to celebrate the 200 years of the foundation of Singapore, but the independence. Sorry, and I think that exhibition is gone. They don't hold it anymore, I think, but that space they have like exhibitions and really cool stuff always, I think, and they might put it again, that bicentennial thing, which was very good. You can find it online, like the whole thing, like projections, and it was fun. It was interesting.
Yeah, and then Orchard Road. I mean,
Not my thing.
Well, I mean, there are like huge shopping malls and stuff, and then it's just good to walk around, and it's just good to see like all the
International brands.
the international brands, and we I mean, you don't need to really go in shopping. I mean, if you like, you can, but it's just good to walk around and see all the tall buildings, and it's quite cool. Yeah.
Sabo is asking, best time to visit Singapore? If you can tolerate hot, anytime is fine. Because, to be honest, I mean, we can bear hot quite well. We didn't feel that, it's so annoying, or plus everywhere you go, they have air conditioner, all the guest houses, all the shops, everywhere, coffee shops, whatever indoor you go, even outdoors. Sometimes we were walking on the street and some shop or shopping mall doors open, and they were like pointing the air outside, so you could feel a bit fresh, not even entering the place, on the street, right? Remember? That's a lot of spending money, a lot. I don't know.
It was quite challenging for me. So we were walking, and then it's so hot. Let's go inside the shopping mall. Okay, so we went inside the shopping mall, and then it gets it gets cold quickly, and then oh my god, now I need to
jacket.
wear more, and then I wear more, and it was like hot, cold, like. It was interesting.
Yeah, nighttime is good. Nighttime is very good. Daytime as well. I mean, of course, it's gonna be a bit fresher at night. It's a safe city. You can go anywhere, anytime, and it's safe. there's a lot of nightlife, clubs and everything, and bars, restaurants.
Yeah.
But it's also enjoyable in daytime. I mean, because it's clean, it's colorful. Depending on the neighborhood you go, you see all these colonial buildings with yellow, blue, red, pink, green. It's beautiful.
And
yeah.
then the nature, not like
Yeah.
like the parks. Like there are so many like tall trees on the road.
Yeah, like a jungle in the
like
middle. Right?
and like a parks like between the buildings, and it was really good to see the harmonization of the nature and like human like architecture. Really, I really love and staying in Singapore. Yeah.
I don't know the average temperature. I just checked. It's between 32 and 26 degrees. So let's say around 30. There is more months that it's more humid or less humid, but it's not that crazy, right? It could be worse. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been to worse places regarding temperature and weather. Yeah. Yeah, if there's no more questions about Singapore, we can just start answering. Okay, I need to read it. Automatic car washes is the best places to take a bath. Seriously, that's my honest opinion.
What?
Okay, as Lee, where are you from? And what car washes have you tried? I'm very curious about that. I never tried. I mean, I like my shower and.
What about the detergent and everything?
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
want to put that on my body.
Yeah. You can ask other questions than Singapore. We have a few questions more from Instagram, and I'm gonna ask you one. Which episode was the most popular? Do you have any idea why that specific episode? Whoa.
Which one was?
That's a question from Per.
Wasn't that the Michelin star one?
Chinatown?
Chinatown. Right?
Well, if by popular we mean views,
like the views.
I think it was. Let me see quickly. The most views was. Yeah.
Chinatown.
No, wait. Yeah, Chinatown. Chinatown, where we talked about the Michelin star chicken rice, the wonton, fried wonton, spicy wonton, and chendol, the dessert with the pandan.
I think it was because of the Michelin star thing. Like, they had these like the cheapest like Michelin star restaurant like in the world. So we tried the chicken and rice, and we put that on the title like a Michelin star. Trying like what was the title? Trying like Michelin star restaurant in Chinatown, Singapore or something like that. And Chinatown is also popular in Singapore, so probably this is the reason.
Plus, it was before the lockdown, before the whole pandemic thing. People were still traveling freely. Like, there was no blocking anywhere. And during this series, countries started, locking down or blocking travelers and flights and everything. So I think in general the whole travel searches on YouTube went down a lot. So many of our recent videos about Singapore have less views than the first ones. I think partly because of this lockdown thing. But whatever. And then Hyungun said that Kingsley one was popular. The one in Tua Payoh with the piang piang noodles. Yeah, I enjoyed that one.
Maybe it's because of him, Kingsley. Maybe people are tired of just watching watching us.
Yeah, exactly.
Then there's another person in the video, and then they're like, "Oh, who is this?"
No, but I thought it was interesting to have like a guest. What's your favorite food you had in Singapore? 200 diners from Melbourne asking this. Well, our top 5. Number 1 was
chili crab and the pepper crab.
Black pepper crab.
Black pepper crab. Yeah. It's the must. It's the must. You go there. You go to Singapore. If you don't try it, I'm going to hunt you.
What? Okay. Another question. It's from Kimchi and Beans. Oops, is it cheaper to eat out or cook? Okay. Is it cheaper to eat out or to cook at home? That's a good question.
I would say cheaper to go out. Yeah. I mean, it all depends on what you eat at home. Like if you just eat
rice and water.
Rice and water, or if you just eat cereal, then cereal is expensive.
Yeah.
If you just eat like a simple food, probably cheaper to buy like a big amount.
Yeah.
at once and then you can eat at home. But you get to try a variety of food, right? So
Yeah.
if you consider that, I think eating out at the hawker center is not much cheaper, but cheaper than like cooking at home and eat at home.
But
I
the
would
thing
say.
is,
Yeah.
you might get bored of eating out or going every day to
No,
hawker center.
you never get bored.
No,
Never
but
get bored.
if you have a lot of time, you
No.
sometimes want to stay at home and cook and not thinking, because it can be stressful to think what to order in the hawker center.
but
There's
it's-
so many options, like
Right,
this or that, or maybe
Right.
I choose this and it's a failure because that one is better. So it's a little bit of a stress for us deciding what to eat, at least for me. Yeah. So, but it's cheaper to eat out.
Cheaper,
for
yeah,
sure.
cheaper to eat out.
As we said, Singapore imports a lot of stuff, and going to the supermarket, it's not that cheap. Depends on what you buy, of course, but yeah. More questions. Food and Footprints, Greg and Jumi, they are asking, what has been your favorite series so far?
Series.
I would say South India.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
same.
I mean, from our videos, I guess you mean.
It was
Right.
long. We had
Yeah.
so many footage that it took forever to finish the series, and then
Yeah.
every time I see every time I sit down on the laptop and try to edit it, it was like, oh, I still never finished.
And we had even friends
Yeah,
saying, "Come
yeah.
on, let's you guys finish the South India series,
Yeah.
start another country." But we had, 6 months in India, 3 of them traveling, 3 of them house eating, but 3 months traveling South India, maybe more than 10 different locations that we visited. Yeah, more than 10 for sure, maybe 15, and many of them were in that big cities that everybody knows, like Chennai or Kolkata, or they were more like remote villages that not that popular. Like if you search YouTube India, you might see Agra and Pushkar or.
We didn't go any of those cities yet.
Yet.
But
Yeah.
Cause we got so many recommendations from the people we met on the road.
Mhm.
So they were like, oh, you need to go here, you need to go there. Huh?
Yeah.
Where is that? We never heard of that
So we
city.
kept changing plans all the time.
So we would like go to like some small cities, and it was very nice. And then like making it as a series was also challenging, but at the same time very exciting, because all the cities have a different vibe, different atmosphere.
Yeah.
The languages are different, and then we really felt like we like traveled the world. I mean, not the whole world,
Yeah,
but
it's a world itself.
I would say India itself is just a whole world, like all different like cultures and languages, and it was really fun. And we need to do another series of India. But now
I would say
not sure.
the fun of making the South India series is that we didn't know much what to expect, and we couldn't prepare, or we didn't want to prepare. So we just were going to places and shooting, and later making the story, the storyline, whatever.
Oh my god.
But it was very fun because we started the series at the end of the trip. We started editing and uploading when we already left India last year, if I'm not wrong. And the episodes lasted, I don't know, more than 5 or 6 months. Last year we were still publishing until maybe after the summer. So there's a lot of videos from India, South India. But it was fun. It had more like, I don't know, adventure feeling for us. And editing was like revisiting those places, reliving the memories, and it was very nice for us.
Yeah. So it was fun. Like every time we changed like places, like Singapore, Malaysia, or wherever we go, like England, we were still like publishing the Indian series, and especially my parents were asking, are you still in India? Like, are you still in India? No, mom, we're in different places, but we just didn't finish the series yet. And it kind of confused people also. Like, oh, I thought you moved to Singapore, but you're still.
That's the thing, that we are editing a few months after being to the place, and it might confuse people a little bit.
Are you still in India? Like, no, we left, but it's just a video.
Oh, we have another question from Food and Footprints. What has been your least favorite travel experience since you began full time? Least favorite travel experience since we began full time. For me, I guess some of those crazy bus rides we did 24-hour bus ride in Laos because we had to go back to the capital to pick up our passport with the Indian visa, by the way. We were kind of in a rush because we were supposed to leave the country quite soon, right? And then we were all the way north doing the treehouse thing, the Gibbon experience. We have a video on our playlist. And yeah, we were kind of in a rush, and not in a rush, but the thing is, transportation there, it's not great. So the only option was bus, and the bus takes usually 24 hours. So it wasn't that bad. We could sleep a lot. It's a sleeper bus, so you stay there and we watch movies and all.
It was fun. I mean,
yeah, because you're not that long, and I was like,
yeah.
Oh man,
I can sleep 24
it
hours.
wasn't that hot or
No
that
problem
bad.
for me.
Oh my god, I cannot sleep 24 hours. If I sleep 8, I'm already awake and getting bored or whatever. What was for you the worst travel experience?
This time when we came to India from Nepal, oh my god, I broke down. I totally like broke down. Like we crossed the border on the bus. We could manage to cross the border, and then when we crossed the border, it was like 8 p.m. right?
I was getting there.
8 p.m.
-ish.
And then we thought it would be so easy to get an accommodation. And it's I forgot the name, Laksao? Was it the
Raksao. Like the
Raksao,
border
right?
city.
The city near
Nepal.
the border. So in Raksao, we were like searching for some accommodations, and then they were saying like every time we go to accommodation, oh, do you have a room? They were saying like no, we don't have room. But later one guy just came to us, and then he showed us the room, and then we were just happy to get a room. The room looked really shitty, but we were just happy to relieve to have a you know place to stay in. And then it was nightmare. Like
it was a mosquito nest. Oh my god.
It was a mosquito, like 100 mosquitoes.
I don't know. We killed 15 each, and there were even more. So I barely slept that night.
I barely slept, and then the next morning we went to we woke up like 5 a.m. We barely slept, and then we went to the train station to catch the train to go to Varanasi. Varanasi was the destination we wanted to go, but they're saying like, oh, there's no ticket and there's no train to go to Varanasi, so you have to go to this city, and then you have to transfer or whatever. And then we went to that city, and then we were trying to find accommodation, and they were saying like oh, we don't have any license to accommodate foreigners, so you have to go to other accommodation. And I was like walking on the street, so many cars honking, and then suddenly like all the things just was so overwhelming, so I cried on the middle of the road. It was first, it was first time. I mean, when I traveled South India like 2 years ago for 3 months, it didn't happen. I never cried or anything.
Because things were quite well
relaxed,
according to the plan, if there wasn't.
And then this time I was like, I can't really handle this. Oh my god, this is too much. Maybe I was too tired, and then I just cried, and then Jordi was really surprised. Hey, what's going on? And then, I can't take this.
But then we compensated staying in a pretty nice hotel.
Yeah.
For not that expensive, remember? That was good.
Yeah. Well, anyway, it's in the past now, but at that time, I was.
Don't check information before crossing a border, or have a reservation if you're crossing border at night, because that was one big mistake with it. Yeah. We have more questions from Damamuchos. They are asking, what would make your quarantine time better? What would make your quarantine time better? I would say beer would make this time better.
Definitely, yeah.
We don't have beer.
We should have bought lots of beers.
We didn't know.
Before this lockdown.
The thing is, we usually, when we go to supermarket, we buy, I don't know, a few beers. 6, 7, 8, sometimes. Last time we said, no, let's reduce the beer consumption. Let's try to be a bit more healthy.
Yeah.
And then after a few days, lockdown started. And supermarkets and everywhere, they stopped selling alcohol, any kind. No wine, no beer, no liquors. And I was like, nah, it's not gonna be true. We can go there and buy it. And no. So the other day I went to the supermarket, and beer section was closed, and I asked like, no, it's illegal.
Oh my god.
Yeah, what?
Oh my god.
And you can help me. Is that
Oh
for
my
the beer?
God.
Thank you so much. Yeah. With a smiley face. Thank you, you can help me. Oh, it's just
Well, but
Australian.
we have to say we feel really grateful that at least we could do some grocery shopping and at least we could find some food ingredients. I mean, we believe there are many places that it's even really harder
True.
to reach those kind of things. So you shouldn't really complain about it, but it would be
No, it's just a question. They
Better.
asked what would make
Better.
our quarantine time better.
much better.
I
if
answered
we
beer,
have
and
some
what
food.
else? Food we are covered, I think. We just got groceries, we can cook at home.
Yeah.
Delivery food is working again. Not all restaurants, but most of the things work. So
Yeah, the delivery
I think beer
thing
would make things
is
better,
really
right?
nice. Yeah, beer
Yeah.
for sure.
And of course, being able to go out freely without
Please,
feeling the
Simba.
police.
Please, Simba, send us some beer, please.
or go a brewing company. We also like the IPA. Okay, another question from the Mamuchos. They say, if you could, if you could teleport somewhere right now, where would it be?
Oh, there's so many places.
Really? But
So
I
many
wouldn't
places.
teleport anywhere because now situation in many other places is worse. So I think we are safe right now. I would teleport beer here.
If you can, it's a question.
Yeah, but teleport is not the problem. The problem is the places currently are not good to teleport anywhere. What, Iceland maybe? I don't know.
Or like some island.
What is the safest country right now in the world? Like
I
the
would say
last,
some island where
I don't know.
not many
Can we-
entries, and I would like to try what? Teleport to Maldives or some island near the beach. It's open space, open area.
Yeah. I don't know who is Lana, but 고맙습니다.
Oh,
Lana just ding 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 ding.
Thank you
고마워요.
so
Super chat.
much.
Wow.
Woo.
이걸로
Nice.
맥주 조금
맥주
더 살 수 있어요.
마실게요.
Do you know Lana?
아, 맥주 못 마셔요.
Do I know Lana?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay. I think I. Okay.
감사합니다.
Wow.
와우, 감사합니다.
More questions. Yeah. What were we saying? Yeah, teleporting in other countries now it's a bit, I don't know. What country do you think is the safest right now? If you could go any other country?
None.
No, I'm asking everyone. Like,
None.
what country currently right now you could teleport and feel happy or safe or whatever? I think right now we are fine here.
We're
Same.
fine here,
Plus,
but
saying a country is a bit general because you say India, people might think of Delhi. I wouldn't go to Delhi right now. I'm okay here, countryside, isolated, it's good. Or maybe
Maybe
some other countryside.
Korea.
Or maybe some
I would
like
say Korea. I mean,
really?
I don't mind like going back to Korea right now, but the thing that worries me is the journey to go there.
Yeah, the
You
airport
know,
thing.
like go to the airport, and from the airport you'll be exposed to so many exposed to many risky things, and then I'm just afraid more the journey to get home. So
Yeah.
I feel very safe staying here. I really hope they could extend our stay. We really hope that.
Yeah. And then Sabo is saying you must take a bus from Nepal border. You can find many buses. Yeah, we took the bus until the border, but then maybe because of the time, it was like getting late, so the bus didn't cross the border. So we crossed with a horse car,
Yeah.
with a taxi, kind of.
Yeah, they didn't cross the border. Maybe we could have used some travel agency or something like that. But we just used the public bus, and then we went to the border, and then they said, "Oh, get out! You all have to get out here." And then there were like some horse car.
Horse car, yeah, we
How do
crossed
you
the border
call
with a horse car.
Horse cars, and then some
Malta.
tuk-tuk. At first, tuk-tuk driver approached to us, and then, "Oh, you want to cross the border? Okay." And then you say, "How much?" And then he was like double or triple the price that we
Didn't
heard.
know the real price. I thought it was too much, so we said, no, we can walk.
No.
And then, no, the walking distance was too long.
And then the
And
guy
then I
with the
regretted.
horse approached to us, and then, okay, that price is fine. And then we, oh my god. we were on the horse car, and then it was
Yeah.
it
Okay.
was a fun experience.
Let me
Yeah.
throw this question for everyone watching. Please reply on the chat. What country, if you could teleport now, what country or what city, what place in the world would you be now, given the current situation? Like, do you feel there's a country way safer than others, or some island, like HYEKYONG said, or some city, or some, I don't know. I would go to some beach area, not too populated. I don't know. I was thinking Tioman Island maybe, but I don't know how is the situation there.
Yeah, I think anywhere island
Yeah.
would be great if you can get some grocery supplies. Anywhere is fine. Island. If there's no boat, people can come in and can go out, right? So I think it's one of the best places for now. I mean,
Anyway, staying home is safe, so please, everyone, I hope you are staying home and safe, and tell everyone to stay home. Let's make
stay
this
home.
lower
Stay
the
home.
curve, you know? It's very important.
I even heard that in Korea the weather is getting warmer and people are like to go out and enjoy, but yeah, please stay home, yeah, stay home and keep the social distance and everything. Especially Korea has been doing a great job, but please don't
screw
mess
it.
it up. Don't screw it. Been doing a great job,
Yeah.
and I'm so proud of it. And please stay home. 집에 계세요 제발. 집에 계세요.
No, but Korea is safe. They are using masks
They're
and people
using
go to
masks,
work,
but
and
still
it's
like they.
everybody's washing
if they-
hands, using the sanitizer.
But I heard the news. Maybe what I see on the news is probably different from what really is. But I saw people going to Han River and doing picnic and stuff and
Yeah, big
gather
gatherings,
and
big gatherings should be avoided.
gatherings and
True, and some like churches and all that stuff should
then-
be avoided or more controlled.
just
Yeah.
stay there like almost. I mean, not almost done, but like been doing a great job and keep it up, please.
Yeah,
please. 계속
Keep safe, stay
계속
safe.
조심하게 계셨으면 좋겠습니다.
Do you have more questions? I think we run out of questions here. We can reply more from Subway from the YouTube community post, maybe. Now, yeah, if we are done with the Singapore questions, we are open to any other questions if you're okay with that. Yeah. We have questions like cheapest way in Singapore. When and how we met. Oh, we replied that in our last Q&A session. Yeah. How are you managing our travel expenses? That's a good one.
Oh, you
HYEKYONG is doing that.
just skip. You just-
No, because we
skip the
replied. I
question.
mean, I don't want to be repetitive, and I mean it's yeah.
We met through Tinder app.
That's not true. We met in university, but we don't. It's replied already. Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you managing your travel expenses? Is it possible to travel whole world with very little money? We haven't done it, but we met people who is traveling with a very low budget. I mean,
Yeah.
there's good people everywhere
word.
willing to host you or letting you plant the tent. It's all about your level, your expectations. Don't expect luxury. I mean, if you have money, of course, you can do it. But if you don't have money, don't expect luxury. Expect bucks entering your tent, or expect spending some night under the rain, or I don't know. But it's possible. Yeah. I mean, except flights. Flights is something that you cannot get for free, but you can work on some way around to find really good deals when you have to fly. But you almost can cross the world by land, almost. At some point you will have to take a flight, but if you save enough, it's not that crazy. Plus, land border, hitchhiking. We don't do hitchhiking that much. I mean, we haven't done it. Only once, I think.
Only once.
And I would like to try more.
We're still not that brave.
Yeah, no. You think it's braveness what it takes?
I think it's a braveness.
Yeah.
And also more trust.
And need also, because I also like the idea of riding a bus with locals.
Yeah.
you get to see more different things than riding a car or a truck with only one or two or a family of
Yeah.
locals. Like, okay, you will get to know some story if you get to talk with them and learn more things. But I also like to experience what locals experience. And if locals ride a bus for 2 hours, we like to do that. And if
Mm-hmm.
locals take a train, we like to do that. I mean, we think that's one of the best ways to see the country, not the touristy side. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah.
So definitely you can travel cheap if you are, like Jordi said, if you are using like the couch surfing, or like what was that?
Hmm?
Oh, I forgot the thing.
Work away?
Work away, yeah, work away. Oh, couch surfing, work away, or like we did house sitting. Because the main thing that you spend most of your money is the accommodation,
Mhm.
transportation, and food. So if you could save money on either one of those, you can save almost like 1/3 of your whole budget spend.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Depends on
yeah.
how you travel, of course. Like if you like to do activities and visiting places and entrance fees and all that stuff, it's different than if you just travel, moving from place to
Mm.
place. You know what I mean?
And try to use local restaurants, and try to avoid any like touristy trap or touristy
Yeah.
things. I mean, of course you can visit places if you like, but you don't need to go to all the like places or all the attractions that the Lonely Planet says
Mm.
or other people recommend. It also depends on what's your interest.
Mhm.
You know, like for example, we really love nature and really love like exploring, like how do you say,
National parks.
national
or
park. So most of the national park has like less entry fee, no, isn't it? Like then like
depends. There are
a
expensive ones. There,
man-made architecture, or
but you might
I don't
spend
know.
more hours enjoying a national park than a museum, for example.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Still, we like museums.
yeah, right.
If we're in the
So,
city.
like what I wanted to say is that you focus on what your interest is, and don't just follow the guide. You know, like the guy said go here, but if you're not interested in museums, what's the point? You're
Yeah.
gonna waste your money on the museum that you are not interested in.
Mhm.
So just do what you like, but do it like wisely, select it wisely, and follow the local people advice. That's one of the things that you can save your budget.
And that brings us to one of the questions there. What kind of tips you can give to anyone who is planning to travel? I would say make sure your priorities, like list your priorities, what you like, what you don't like, what you want to see, what kind of things you don't want to see. You like beach, focus on beaches. You like nature, focus on that. You
Yeah.
like culture, history, and museums, go for that. But it's about priorities. If you like one thing, you should go for those kind of things and adjust the budget according to that, of course. But if you are more into culture, history, museums, avoid national parks, avoid like a jungle trek or
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Yeah, you're gonna
I mean,
cry.
Yeah, if you like everything, you need to select, prioritize. Like maybe read reviews of everything and make like imagine what can you get from each, and read other people's opinion and no.
Yeah, at the beginning of our travel, I was more like the person who, like plan the itinerary and put checklist and then like a bucket list. Like, oh, if we go to, for example, Ho Chi Minh, we have to visit here, like a packed schedule, right? And then I realized that it's not really fun. And then I realized that I get disappointed more than like really exciting the journey. So the best way is that don't put too many things in one day. Just put like several things, and then just
Soak.
like
You
soak.
like that word? Huh?
Yeah, so
Absorb the
experience.
experience.
Experience,
being
and just
there,
enjoy.
relax on that beach, or
Put some like break time. Like,
Yeah.
don't put too many things, and you never know, you're gonna meet someone and then you're gonna spend some time with them, and you're gonna maybe experience different things. And
or change plans. You meet someone, they are telling you, oh, there is this thing going on, this festival or this event, join. And you might say, oh yeah, I'm gonna change my plans, I'm gonna skip that thing that I was planning to join these people because it might be interesting.
Yeah.
It might be one chance
Yeah.
in a lifetime.
That's one of the magics of like traveling, like having something unexpected.
Yeah.
So give some space in your schedule so you will have more unexpected events. Does that make sense? So
Yeah. Plus, I would
yeah.
add, get lost. Like, don't take the easy road to some place unless you are, you have limited time. But if you're in a city, just explore the city, get lost. Don't go only to the touristy place.
Mhm.
Just explore some neighborhood because you might find some nice spot or some really hidden restaurant or coffee shop or meet some locals. And I think for me that's one of the most interesting experiences when you travel, to experience what it's not on the guides, what only locals know or get to experience.
That doesn't mean that you go to explore some dangerous places.
No, of course.
But if there's some
you see
dangerous
it,
places, yeah, to keep away from it. But if it's like a travel, if it's like safe around, if you feel it's safe, just go and explore. Just get lost, like
Yeah,
he
get
said.
lost with a good meaning of the get lost expression. And then, what's your travel plan after the pandemic is over?
when is this pandemic
that
over?
depends. That depends a lot on because the pandemic might be finished in some countries first, and other countries are still in lockdown and risky to go. So we don't know. I think we would
don't
go
really
to.
know.
If we can extend here, we would like to stay in India and travel a bit more around India, do
Mhm.
all the parts that we haven't done, Andaman Islands, and all the names. We have a list of all the
But
places. Most
I'm
of
not,
it.
I'm not sure how Jordi thinks, but if we have to move from India, but it all depends on like
What
the
countries
policy,
open.
what countries
Yeah.
open, what
Imagine-
countries allow.
Yeah, if
foreigners.
now, for example, if now some country is completely safe and they open borders and it's not far and it's cheap for us to go, we would go there
Yeah, definitely.
without planning it. I
Yeah.
mean, imagine now Sri Lanka open. We've been to Sri Lanka, but I wouldn't mind
Yeah, I wouldn't mind
if
going
it's safer than anywhere else and we can fly there. I wouldn't mind experience that, but that's not gonna happen. Like having one country super safe and opening that wouldn't happen.
Now, before the pandemic thing, we had so many choices. We were always like, oh, we want to go here, go there,
But
go
no
there.
solid plan.
And like,
We didn't have any solid plan.
we didn't have any
we
solid
just
plan.
have a list
And
of
we were
things,
like-
possibilities.
We were so happy that there are so many choices on the table, but now we have no choice. Either we just have to wait for some countries open their borders, and so whatever happens, I think we'll go there. And what I think is that, for example, like if Sri Lanka opens the border, I might try to find some accommodation, kind of like isolated or kind of tranquil. So we will try to stay there for long, like for a few months. And yeah, whatever, it can be Sri Lanka or Thailand or I don't know, Malaysia, Indonesia, I'm not sure. I mean,
Southeast Asia,
but
probably.
Thailand, they are doing lockdown until end of May, or no? I don't know.
We don't know. Everything can
So-
be extended. Many countries are extending. India is extending. Other countries might extend. So when the pandemic is over,
Yeah.
if it's over soon, I don't know. We will see. We don't have any plan or any list of first country to go, second country to go. No, we don't have like this. We will see on the
Yeah.
go.
We
will
might
decide.
drop some update
Yeah.
news all of a sudden. Hey guys, by the way, we're here now. Like whatever whatever the country is.
Yeah,
But
I'm happy to read Subway comments. I want to see you traveling all around India, especially in northern and northeastern parts.
yeah,
We are so excited to move around India. I mean,
We would love to.
that was
but-
our plan. If there was no lockdown, our plan was staying here in Goa, and when the house it finishes, extend our visa to travel, like properly travel, like we did last year. Last year, no, 2 years ago.
But honestly, I would really love to do that. But I'm a bit afraid of the getting the virus thing right now.
No. I mean, if there was the plan, our plan was
yeah,
after
if
Goa.
there was no virus,
travel.
yeah.
But then we realized we missed so many spots in the south, and of course we would prioritize the places we haven't been to yet, like north and eastern India and
Yeah.
There's so, I mean, many of you recommended us so many places that the day we sit down and start planning a little bit, you know, the route, to not to waste too much time distances
Mhm.
and do some kind of a, you know, common sense route.
That was our original plan after finishing this house sitting and during the time left in visa, we were planning to go visit all the places, but now it's uncertain.
Yeah.
Really.
S. Lee is asking, please answer my question. Do you like washing yourself in the automatic car wash? We haven't tried, so we don't know. I wouldn't like it, I think.
No, I don't think
Yeah.
I would like it.
Yeah.
I mean, where can I do that?
No, I don't think it's
Can I do
allowed.
that?
Maybe illegally, I don't know. Subway is asking, because that's not travel related, so I think, yeah, it's answered, I guess. Subway is asking, what kind of exercise do you do during this lockdown period?
Oh,
Okay, next
good
question.
question.
Next question.
Well, actually, I'm doing some home workout. Like
Stretching, no? Or
아,
yoga, whatever.
유산소 운동을 뭐라 그러지?
Home stretching.
Uh,
It's not fitness or something like
yeah, it's fitness. You need the air. It's like more like I don't know how to call it.
that. Xin chào. We have a Vietnamese friend here joining.
Hello. How
Yeah.
you doing?
Exercise. We were not doing exercise before the lockdown. I mean, I did some days, you know, some like mobile app that you do some exercise, some workout. Now, I did yesterday, but because I was feeling really bad, like, oh my god, it's been like more than a month and I didn't do any workout or any exercise, and my belly is growing. I don't know why, because I keep eating and not burning calories, I guess. So I told myself, okay, today I'm gonna do some, and maybe today, I mean that was yesterday. Maybe today I do some more.
I didn't do any exercise before, but recently I started like doing it. Like it's just a 10 minute, but I do it because I felt like I'm getting very weak.
Yeah.
I'm getting
I feel that too.
very weak.
Wow.
So I felt, oh, I really need to, and especially I felt like my I don't know, the blood circulation is not really doing well. So I felt maybe I need to move my body a little bit.
Yeah.
So I've been doing these 10-minute exercise like 3 or 4 times a week, and it's
How many minutes?
10 minutes, only
Oh.
10 minutes.
It's very short.
It's very short, but if it's long, you will get tired easily. So I'm gonna like increase the amount of time like gradually, so my body can get adjusted.
Subway is asking, are you interested in doing yoga course in Rishikesh?
Rishikesh? Oh.
Yeah, that's where our friend was doing some ashram
Yeah,
there,
some
right?
workshop or something
Yeah.
like that, right?
I'm not that into yoga. I mean, I wouldn't mind joining her if she's interested. But I have other things that I would like to do first, like diving course or some hiking. I mean, not diving, not in Rishikesh. I mean, I have other things that I would like to learn before doing some yoga. But what about you?
Yeah, I'm actually interested in doing some yoga, but I'm not sure if I can, if I have to do it every day, if I would really like it.
I bet she would get bored.
Yeah.
I mean, at the beginning, very exciting. Yeah, one new thing to learn every day course. But then I would guess after 1 week, you would say like, it's boring. I want to change or I want to draw. I know her, and I think I know she would do that, right?
Yeah, I'm like, at the beginning I get really excited, and then I
Yeah,
get
that's what I say.
like full focus, and then later I get tired so easily. And my body is really stiff, so if I can't really follow well the things, I would get bored a little bit. But
Yeah.
I'm sure they have like different courses depending on what your level is. And yeah, I'm interested in.
Really?
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
interested in. Yeah.
Subway is asking another question. He says, in your Q&A, you said you enjoy Hampi. Can you share a little more about Hampi trip?
Ooh.
Hampi trip was amazing.
Was
The thing
very
is, we
nice.
didn't know about Hampi until we were here in Goa, and some local people, some friends, recommended us. If you want to start traveling, starting from Goa, maybe you should go to Hampi first because it's near. and it's quite good, and everybody speaks so good things about Hampi. So we said, okay, let's try. And we went there. I think we were there not in peak season. The peak season was over, so it was right after. Well, it was still monsoon, kind of, but we didn't get many rain when we were in Hampi,
Yes.
right? A little bit, but not too much.
Yes.
And the impressions were like, wow, because we were by then we only had been to Goa, and we felt Goa with all the the Panjim, the capital. It's quite westernized in a way. You know, if you've been to Goa or Panjim, you know what I mean. But it's not as the image of India that foreigners have. With all the Hindu temples and all the crowd cities and all the colorful saris and all those things. But arriving to Hampi, we got that feeling like super huge temple. There was some ceremony. I think there was some Ganesha festival. Brothers Day or something.
Brothers Day or something like that. I forgot the name.
No, because Brothers Day is nowadays. Anyway, it was super good impression. Like, oh wow, now we are in the real India.
Yeah, and then
no offense to Goa. Goa is still India, but
they were doing some kind of ceremony, some event for that day. So at night they had this huge ceremony in the temple, and our hostel was quite near the temple, so we could go out. Actually, we were just chilling out on the rooftop, and then we hear some like a some like music sound, and then let's go out and see what's going on. And then they had this huge ritual ceremony, and we were so shocked.
But
at the same time, we were like so captivated by it. Like, oh my god, I feel like in a different world or something like that. I've never seen that kind of thing before in my life. And then it was so overwhelming. It was really nice. You can actually check the ceremony.
We have a few episodes
on our video.
3 or 4 episodes
that
of Hampi.
Ceremony was amazing.
Plus the nature. I mean, all those fields, the temple ruins. It was like exploring. She said it's like exploring another planet.
Another planet.
Boulders, the green and the mix, the skies.
Like
it was so beautiful. I don't know if we should speak more about Hampi, but watch our videos. You might get a part of what we felt. We try to put all like what we felt in Hampi. We try to put it on the videos. But of course, seeing it on a screen is not the same as climbing and seeing the whole thing by yourself. And it was really good, really good. We have to say hello to 200 diners. Hello.
Hello.
Thanks for joining.
Do you mind if I get some more?
Yeah, can I get
coffee?
More coffee?
Oh my god, I'm losing focus, so I need some caffeine.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
Okay, more questions. Do you have any plans to visit Varkala? I think we have Varkala in some list, but we haven't planned any. I mean, we are always open to new plans or whatever, new thing. And we haven't like marked it on the map yet. So, but yeah, at some point, of course, why not? What's Varkala about? I don't know. I think I heard it before, but I don't recall searching much information about it. And then Subway is asking, if you want to enjoy the real India, then you must visit small cities and villages. Exactly, that's partly what we did around South India. We went to some small towns in Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. We didn't do much Kerala. We should do more Kerala. And then, Karnataka, man, it was so good. And Tamil Nadu too. It was so nice. But we are excited also about the north, because we know that north has also remote villages, authentic. And since we had a good memory and experience of Kodaikanal, the hills in Tamil Nadu, Kodaikanal and Batakanal, Uti, all that area, we loved it because it's not the India we had experienced, the hot weather, the pollution, and and that hill station, it was very nice. All the tea plantations, the chilly weather, it was a bit cold, so it felt, I don't know, way different from what we have been traveling so far in India, in that place. Yeah, we like to combine like, coast or hot weather, sometimes a bit chilly. The problem with cold places is that you have to carry more like jacket or whatever, like pants or proper shoes if it's wet or raining. So it's not ideal to backpack to cold places. Yeah. Parkale is which town in Kerala? Okay, good to know. I will write down. And not have many historical monuments. Yeah, I mean, if it's something like Hampi, boom, yeah, for sure, let's go. Yeah, like historical monuments, temples, ruin. I like the combination of nature and culture, or nature and history. Like Hampi, or comes to my mind in Cambodia, the Angkor Wat. That was amazing. Like this huge temple city complex, mixed with nature, with the trees, like, nature taking over the temples and all. I'm talking about Cambodia. How similarities with Hampi, like how temples and nature, temples or no temples, just ruins, or like civilization, like human touch, and nature takes over that. That it's very interesting. Yeah. How is your thinking before and after visiting India? Is something changed? You can reply that. I know my answer.
Something changed. I got to realize that how little I knew about India. Like all the like images, or all the things I've heard from, or I've watched on TV, or I heard from other people, was like like the busy street with all the like cars and cows, or
Okay.
like trashes or whatever. Like I've I just had all these kind of like thoughts, like, but after traveling for a while, I realized that there are so many different parts, and there are so many things that I didn't know before, and that made me want to travel more in India, and want to travel and experience different parts of India. So yeah, what like many of my friends are asking, like, how was India and how was your experience, or did you like it? And it's really hard to answer, especially if they ask how is India, because there are so many different parts, and so many different regions with different culture, different language, different food. So it's really hard to summarize with one word how it was. How it
He
was.
didn't ask that to summarize with
No,
one word.
I'm just saying, like,
How it changed our perception
yeah, the
before and
perception
after.
before, and I was like, India would be like this, India would be like this, and like culture shock or whatever. But after, I can't really say like if I really know India yet. Because we haven't really
no,
experienced
I
yet.
would say not even Indians living their
Yeah.
entire life know India. They know their area, their culture, but to me, India is like not just a country, it's like a world, and it's so different between north, south, east, west, and states. So that's the problem to describe India. What do you describe? Delhi, the capital city, or it's hard, or you describe Kerala backwaters? So it's like, I don't know. It's like describing American continent. Because in America you have amazing beaches, you have Caribbean, you have the Andes Mountains, you have the United States, you have super developed cities. It's so different that it's. I think we had an idea, and many people, many foreigners have the idea of India that, the India that shows in media, like crowded cities, polluted cities, scams, blah blah blah, all that stuff. And that's only one part, a small part of, or maybe a big, I don't know. That's only one part of India, or any country, if you ask me. But just being here long enough to know people, stay long enough in a place, get to know the food, get to know the culture, experience it. Maybe not like a local, but because we spend only 6 months and a local spends all their life here. But get to know a bit more of how is life here, not just the typical image you see on the news or on Instagram or something. So, and that's applicable to any country.
Yeah.
Like, the image of people have of Switzerland, for example, is like, oh, those beautiful Alps, blah blah blah, which is there. But there's also like historical cities and many other places. Any country has the image that they project to the media, or to that people has the perception, and the real country, which is way more than that. And in the case of India, it's way more than that. So yeah, it changed, of course. Yeah, we had some idea, and we got okay, India is way more than that, way bigger, way, there's all kind of people. There's super nice people. There's bad people as well, like everywhere, right? It's like that,
right.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. More questions. Two Hungry Diners ask, what would be your next country to visit after you can freely travel again? Apologies if this has been asked before. Something like that has been asked before, but we can reply again.
Sorry.
We didn't have a plan set. Had some possibilities. Mainly was staying in Southeast Asia, probably Malaysia or Indonesia. But then Corona came and everything is blocked for a while, so we might rethink. Well, we might have to wait, of course. We will see.
Yeah, but the question was like if you can travel free, right?
Freely,
So freely.
like no lockdowns?
No lockdown, and then where would it be?
First India, of course. That was the plan.
Are you forcing? Are you forcing me to
No, but
travel?
that was the plan.
That was a plan, but the
Mhm.
plan can change anytime, right? Well, yeah, of course, yeah. We'd like to travel more in India, and probably I would like to go back to Malaysia and travel more there. Because last time it was too short, and we really really loved it.
We took it too easy, too slow.
And then Indonesia also.
Hmm.
Yeah, I would like to go to Indonesia.
Yeah. Another question: did you ever face difficulties while talking with locals? How you deal in such situation? Not big. I mean, we had some, like language difficulties, but doing the things we do, which is like, move and eat. Basically, that's what you do when travel: move from place to place and order food, ask for food. So I think body language helped a lot with that. We didn't have any major issue that I remember. You go to a bus station, you ask for the place you want to go, they point, yeah, it's that bus, and then you go there.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the wrong bus, you re-ask again. And food, usually we are not like anti any food. I think we can eat most of the things, so whenever we go to a place to eat, sometimes we ask recommendations, sometimes we look to other tables and point like, oh, I would like something like that, right?
What was the question? I'm sorry.
If we had any difficulty talking with locals, how we deal. Difficulties, not really. Just, a little bit of complications like, oh, how am I gonna communicate with that person? But no major issue.
Body language is
You're
universal.
hungry, you need toilet.
Universal.
Plus India has a lot of English speakers.
Sometimes we go to a restaurant and we wanna say like if it's like a pork or cow, Jordi does like a or ooh, like something like this. I remember.
Yeah, if you want to eat some
or
animal,
like chicken,
you can
like
eat first.
like they laugh and they say.
But the message goes through.
Message
Communicates, everyone understands chicken, cow, pork, or whatever.
Yeah. Or you just write down if it's about number, like the time of the bus schedule, like this time you have, or this time you don't have. We sometimes write or draw paintings. We do all the things, and there are always some people who can also help or know some language or something, and then they will come and help us. And
I was saying there is so many English speakers that, no? Then there's more questions. How was your couch surfing experience, especially in India? They always have been really good. We had, since we started traveling, we did couch surfing in Japan, in Taiwan, in Vietnam, and India. As far as
India
I remember.
we did.
And Sri Lanka also.
How many?
India we did
twice,
too, Hyderabad.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, twice.
I'm gonna post a link on the chat, which was our super nice experience in couchsurfing in Hyderabad.
Oh my god.
Just watch the video. We put a lot of love and effort on that video, and
experience.
It's a great memories. So.
They were so nice. The host, they are. I mean, if you watch the video, you will know more about them. But it's an Indian and Japanese couple.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually did the whole world trip with the bicycle, and they're
no world trip, no.
well, I mean,
Silk Road.
yeah, Silk Road trip on bicycle, and then their travel story was so inspiring. I mean, after visiting them, Jordi was actually suggesting, "Oh, why don't we do the same thing?" And I was like,
Yeah,
"No, I can't."
It was
I can't.
inspiring. Sushi and Sambar, hello, how are you doing? They are now in Wayanad, in Kerala, and we hope to visit them sometime.
Yeah, I have to visit
Yeah.
them, and
So
yeah, they were very nice couple, and
he's
Yeah.
asking, would you recommend to use couchsurfing? Yes, if that's what you like, if you like being with locals in a home and maybe, because you know when you do couchsurfing, you might miss other things. You might not have the time to go outside and hang out by yourself. You might prefer to spend time at home with a host or just hang out with a host, cook for them. Or it's a different experience from traveling, I think, and but it's worth it if that's what you like. It's super nice experience.
But you always have to be careful, you know, like check the host profile, and then check the reviews well, and then if you're a female solo traveler, actually when we're staying in Hyderabad, Sushi and Sambar had to go to Bangalore, so we had like a 2 nights.
We had to go to some
other couchsurfing places, and then the host was a like middle-aged couple, and then what's that? The host told me that there are some cases that if you're a female solo traveler and doing some couchsurfing, and if the couchsurfing host is a male, you have to be a bit careful. Like so, if you're thinking staying in a couchsurfing place, please check well the the profile, or if it's safe to go there. Yeah, that I mean that applies to all like countries, but just be careful. Yeah. But so far our experiences
Plus,
were
we always recommend to check well the profile to find the right match for you, because there's people who like to party, there's people who like to be home cooking, there's people who just enjoy travel stories, so you might see the person who adjusts to your preferences of a kind of host. And yeah, just spend your time researching before doing some couchsurfing, right?
Yeah. It's good to stay in a local place, and it's good to interact with them, but always make sure that you're going to a safe place. That's also important.
Okay, there's one question, but I think it's not a question actually. 200 diners say, would love to watch more Indian cooking video again from you guys. And she's the cook. Well, and also the cook.
What's that?
More Indian cooking.
More Indian cooking. Oh.
Actually, we shot one not yesterday, 2 days ago, I think. We just need to edit and post it, and we already had some feedback and some people asking, please, can you try to cook this or that? So, yeah, I hope if it's working and people like it, we can just keep making them, because we're in lockdown and we don't have many other options rather than cooking, right?
We cannot travel. We can't shoot travel vlogs now.
Yeah.
So.
Subway says, I'm also looking forward more cooking videos. HYEKYONG is really good in cooking. She has really good cooking skills. Excuse me, you haven't seen me cooking. Okay? That's very funny because so people see HYEKYONG cooking on camera. Okay, now be honest. Who cooks more or
Actually,
better?
Jordi cooks much better than me.
But the thing is, I was cameraman, so I never tried to make that chapati. I do other, more complicated stuff.
Hey!
No, I do other stuff.
You're saying chapati is easy to make? No, it's not.
Hey, 2 ingredients and rolling.
No, the rolling
No,
part.
I'm just kidding. No, the thing is, I do other foods. We all have. I think there's no food that we both make. She has her specialties. I have mine.
Yeah.
And yesterday I was asking make some pasta. I said, no, you do the pasta. It's your thing.
Yeah, it's your thing.
And then if there's some food like curry, or yesterday she made some cashew curry. I didn't even offer myself because I know she makes it pretty well.
Yeah.
So
curry or some fried rice, some Asian style fried rice. I'm specialized in that.
Yeah. Hey, we have a friend joining. Shadanion.
Hey,
good to see you. Good to have you here. It's been a while. Well, yeah, we've been for a while not doing live streams.
So I'm so worried that if we make another cooking video, the only cooking skill I have might be the flipping one and none.
No, the rolling. People praise your rolling. Whatever.
That's the impact of the video, you
Yeah,
know?
'cause-
Like it shows one side and then people will think like, oh, HYEKYONG is a good cook, but actually
you put the right angle, the right
no.
speed, and
No,
looks
no.
like a professional.
Really, I'm good at some cuisines, but
Yeah, but some you could do some Korean like kimchi fried rice or something like that.
no, we finished the kimchi. So.
Okay, you can make more. I don't know. Yeah, we are open to suggestions about cooking. We can try Korea. We can
Yeah,
try
but
Spanish.
we will try.
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
And you will see the real
Yeah.
HYEKYONG cooking skill.
Okay. I think there was more questions. You recommend us to? Yeah, we recommend you to use Couchsurfing. Anujit is asking, do there any foreigners in Goa who wants to go home? Yeah, well, we're not in touch with, since we cannot leave home, we don't gather, we don't meet other people. But from what we saw on the news, there's some foreigners who want to go home, and I think their governments are putting some planes, some flights to go back home.
Flight.
And some of them are prefer to stay, like us. We feel safe
Yeah,
here.
we feel
I don't want to go
very
back to Spain or
safe
Korea
here.
now. So
Especially, I don't know, maybe if I'm in Delhi right now, maybe I might feel like, oh, I want to go back because in Delhi it's the
It's a city.
situation is serious, serious, and it's a city, many people, and then if they prepare some flight, it's easy to go to the airport and maybe I could fly easily. But here now in Goa, we need to use the domestic airline to go to the big city and take the flight. And all the journey, I don't feel it's safe to
it's
do
risky.
using all the transportation and get exposed to whatever things out there.
Yeah.
So we feel quite safe here, like a bit not totally isolated, but we're a bit far from like the busy street, and we're in a quite nice place with the nature and everything, and we can easily get the groceries and all, so we feel quite safe staying here. Yeah.
You have one more request for kimchi fried rice by two hungry diners.
Oh,
They like Korean food.
We should have shot the other day when I was cooking.
You can do it again. Yeah, we thought, because it's such a simple dish that you eat almost not every day, but so often in Korea that we never thought that it can be interesting. But now we realize like other people don't know, maybe are not that used to this kind of dish. So we realize it can be a interesting one. Yeah. And then can you share how you edit your videos? I really like the way your editing skills. Oh my god. Well,
thank you
actually
so much.
I was thinking since we finished
Okay.
Singapore series, now we are preparing not one but two series going on at the same time from previous travels that we did. So it might take a while to, have the whole idea and edit the whole thing. But I was thinking, and I didn't tell you that yet, shooting like a behind the scenes, like when you are editing or I'm editing, shoot ourselves or explain a little bit how we approach the episode. Like, okay, now it's time to choose the music, now it's time to put some titles, and share a little bit of what's going on the creative process. Why not?
I think we are not in that level yet.
No, but people are asking. I mean, I don't mind sharing if that's interesting enough. I mean, if no one's gonna watch, I'm not gonna waste time doing that.
I think
But now
some
people
gonna watch.
Yeah. Plus, it's always, I don't know, I share the idea that it's always interesting how people create the things. Like
I can
many
shoot
of the
you
channels
when you are editing.
many of the channels we follow, some of them shared the behind the scenes, many of them don't. But I'm really curious about, oh wow, it's interesting shot or it's interesting editing sequence. I would like to know how they do it.
You're going to see us eating a lot, like eating some snacks, and then
I'm wasting time, like we're editing.
Doing
Okay,
internet.
well, let's check the news. Let's check some Facebook. Let's just sit down and rest. And it's tough.
It's very tough, and all the footages we have now is like a raw footage, something that we didn't plan in advance.
That's our big
So
problem.
we need to make the storyline, and we need to search some information, and that's the one of the things that how to say that distract us a lot. Because when we search some info on the internet, we open the web page, and then we do other things, not just search information and then we focus on making video. We search something and then we go check our email, and then it leads to other YouTube, and then it leads to other Netflix watching, and it's a chaos. So
No, it's not chaos. It's just how do you call that?
you really
Procrastinating.
need to learn
Just,
how
you know-
to focus.
Yeah.
And anyway.
Anyway, yeah, it's.
yeah.
I think it's a fun process to see from others, so we might share. And Subway is saying, "Oh no, wait. Editing skills. Yeah, we want behind the scenes and bloopers. Yeah, I was checking some bloopers. We don't have that many because as soon as we do some mistake, we just stop recording.
Yeah, or you will see our ugly faces.
Yeah,
like
or getting
angry,
upset.
angry, or
Like,
getting
"Come on, repeat
upset.
that shot," or-
or it looks very ugly.
Yeah.
So we don't want to put
It's
it.
not something fun
put
to
it
watch,
on
I
the,
think. Yeah. And then, is your rent owner asking you to pay the rent in advance? We don't pay rent because we're house sitting. That's why we like it here, because we just pay for the cat food. We're house sitting. It's a friend's house, so we are taking care of the cats. But rent in advance, no, it's not happening. That we're lucky about that. House sitting is a very good thing.
Yeah, but if we move to now after this pandemic thing, if we have to move to other places, we might probably rent a place. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's probably our first time renting a place for several months. So it's going to be a new challenge for us. We might need to do some research on how to make the payment or how to agree, how to arrange it. And so if you guys have any tips, we will like to get some advice from other people.
More questions coming. Which country is cheapest for traveling on the basis of your travel experience?
India.
Yeah? India is
Yeah.
really cheap. Regarding travel, like accommodation and food, I think India is pretty cheap. The thing is, with India, you need longer time because distances are long, you need more time, and if you need more time, you need to extend your vacation or whatever. So you're gonna end up spending more because you need longer time to explore the whole thing. Also, I would add Vietnam, exactly.
Vietnam was cheap.
Vietnam was cheaper than I expected,
Yeah.
and there's so many, price range options. You have like kind of good places to stay, good places to eat, way more local, way more like guest houses, cheaper. It's very
And especially
travelable.
the quality of the accommodation is really worth what you pay for. Is that does that
It's
make
a
sense?
good
Like-
it's how do you get
like-
price quality
Like for example, you pay the same amount.
value for money. That's the
Yeah,
word I
you
was
pay the
looking
same amount in your home country. Probably you will stay in a very
for. No,
very
it depends on
shitty,
your home country.
very but you could be staying in a very shitty place. But in Vietnam, it's really nice. You can stay in a really good resort, or you can stay in a really good like hotel or Airbnb place. It was very nice. The accommodation was cheap, and the food is really cheap and very very tasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to say thank you to Hungry Diners for joining.
Yeah. Thank
And we
you
have
so
to say
much.
hello, Nida, watching us from
Hello.
Pune, probably. Nida is a really talented musician, and she's these days, since she's in a lockdown, she's doing some live stream singing, or just follow her on her Instagram and YouTube, because really we love her.
Incredible artist.
Yeah. Yeah, we are just accepting questions about our Singapore series now, or just travel, whatever questions.
Yeah, we
you
started answering like questions related to
Yeah.
Singapore, but now we ran out of questions, so we're just
have. Yeah.
answering some random questions. So
Another
you
question.
can ask anything.
More questions. Mr. Park.
Oh,
안녕하세요.
my father just came in
안녕.
the chatting room.
잘 먹고 잘
안녕하세요.
지내.
네,
잘 지내요.
잘 지내고 있어요.
He's asking how are we doing? We're doing fine. Yeah.
지금 그 싱가포르 그 에피소드 다 끝나가지고 그 싱가포르에 관련된 질문을 하고 있습니다. 아 질문하는 게 아니고 질문에
질문
대답을 하고 있습니다.
좋아.
I'm forgetting Korean.
Yeah. One more question here. How was your experience in Sri Lanka? I always want to visit Sri Lanka one day. do, because it's very nice. And the best about Sri Lanka is that it's not so big. It's a relatively small island, so you don't need much time to have a feeling of the whole country. And it's a really nice combination of coast, super nice beaches,
Oh,
and mountains with
very
good
nice,
hikes.
very
If you
nice.
like nature, Sri Lanka is really good, and a lot of culture and history as well.
Yeah.
There are some cities with a lot of good history.
Mm.
It's very, and it's kind of open into more tourism or travel. So you might find all kind of accommodations. It was getting a bit too much at some points. Like some locations are a bit
Yeah.
too touristy, a lot of foreigners and a lot of hotels and stuff.
Mm.
But we really loved it. We had really good time, and we still haven't published any Sri Lanka contents yet. We have the series in the making.
Kind of like
Still in the
starting,
making,
but
yeah. So we will see. You will see as well.
it's if you are like just starting traveling the world, and if you have like a limited time, we highly recommend to try Sri Lanka
Yeah.
because it's very authentic, and you can easily travel. The country is so small, so and then the transportation is very good, so you can visit so many different places in a limited time. So,
Yeah, distances are short. So
and then the
it's good.
train ride is so beautiful.
Yeah.
The train goes around the mountains and the sea, and the train ride itself is just a
One of the reasons to go.
incredible experience.
Yeah.
So we highly recommend you to try Sri Lanka, and the food was really nice too.
Yeah, not as much as
Uh,
variety as like
in-
India.
in
I was
India,
expecting as
but-
variety, but no, it's less
But still,
variety. It's still good.
very nice.
Delicious.
But
yeah.
a bit touristy though. I mean, there are so many tourists coming in. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Nida is asking, where all in India have you visited? Okay, I think I can remember. From Goa, we went to Hampi, and then Hyderabad, and then Badami, right? Just correct me if I'm wrong. Badami, Udupi, Bangalore, Madurai?
yeah.
Madurai in Tamil Nadu, Madurai, Kodaikanal, Thekkady, in the border between Tamil Nadu and
Wow.
Kerala, Thekkady, Kumli,
Uh-huh.
and then we went up to Coimbatore, but it was just one day, but because we went to, what was that? Before Uti, you know?
I forgot
Coim-
name.
Something, Kodaikanal? Kotagiri.
Kotagiri, yeah.
Kotagiri Hill Station and Uti. It was a short trip with friends. We have video of all that stuff on
Yeah.
the South India series. And then after Uti, Mysore, highlight of the trip because we were there for the Mysore Dasara,
Festival.
not last year, but
Yeah.
2018. Mysore Dasara. After that, we went all the way to Pondi, right? Pondicherry. Pondicherry, Auroville shortly. Well, a couple of, no, a bit longer than we expected. And then after Auroville, Mahabalipuram in Tamil Nadu.
So good.
And then lastly, well, we departed from Chennai, but we didn't visit Chennai,
Yeah.
just for the airport. We spent one night there.
Mhm.
That was our South India. I mean, not even half of South India, but still. 3 months of travel, very, stretching a lot, staying longer when a place was cool enough, and staying shorter when we didn't enjoy it or we didn't see what
Yeah.
enjoy or as
Mhm.
much as we expected. Yeah. Yeah.
It was very nice experience. Yeah.
Okay, more. Interesting. Which city would you recommend in Sri Lanka for a short visit? Not Colombo. Sorry. Colombo is okay, but it's kind of a, I don't know, flavorless. It didn't have the personality I would
Just
expect from a capital city, right?
Just a city. I mean, if you've never traveled to other countries, you could try. I mean, maybe it's because it was less exciting because we've been to India.
We were coming from India, so we were expecting
So like
big things. And Colombo is quite a normal city. It works. It
To
doesn't
me,
have
like-
any super highlight. I
Yeah.
would say in Sri Lanka depends on what you want. Like if you want culture and history, Anuradhapura was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I heard Jaffna was good. We didn't go to Jaffna, but also we enjoyed in the south, all the south
All the
coast,
beach.
Mirissa,
Yeah.
Gale,
Gale,
G-A-L-E.
Mirissa, and
Polena
then,
Beach,
Polena
yeah,
Beach.
the Hikadua. The southwest coast was nice. I don't know. You don't need that much time, so you can if you plan it well, you can do like a good itinerary. You don't need to take.
Ella.
Ella was
Oh,
super
so
nice
nice.
with
Like
easy
a
hikes from there.
Mountain hill.
Hill station.
Hill station, right? Hill station. The temperature is a bit like it gets chilly at night,
Yeah.
but during the daytime it's hot and it was really really nice.
Yeah.
And then if you really love snorkeling, we highly recommend you to go to the
Nilaveli.
and then take a boat and go to the Pigeon Island. It's a snorkeling paradise.
It's empty. Not many people go
there.
there.
Best snorkeling place that I've ever tried. I've seen so many.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen so many like fish.
We saw shark and turtles.
Sharks,
Fish, yeah.
turtles everywhere. So easy to spot and
not crowded. It's not an exploited place.
yeah, because the island you cannot stay there.
It's a protected. It's like a reserve.
Like a reserved, protected place. So
Mm-hmm.
you could only go there just for some activity, and then you have to come back to the main.
Yeah, no one sleeps
mainland.
there. No one stays there.
So it's very clean, and oh my
Pigeon
god.
Island.
I would love
in
to.
Nilaveli.
I would love to
Remember
go
that.
back
Yeah.
and to try that island again. It was very nice.
Another question is, how are you spending time during the quarantine? Well, our life during quarantine is not as different as before. We keep working online. I don't know if you know, we are teaching online. That's our main job.
Mm-hmm.
We do more or less the same number of hours as before. The main difference is that we don't go out and we are missing friends around here, going to some bar,
some local places,
some events. Yeah. So we spend a lot of time at home, Netflix and reading a lot, cooking, making videos.
Mm-hmm.
We are making less videos than what we thought we would be making because we thought, a lot of time, 24 hours locked in home. We're gonna make so many videos, and we are at the same speed as usual, right?
Yeah.
But still, getting inspiration, which is
not
good.
that much different from before.
Yeah. More questions. Sri Lanka, please visit. It's so good.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
What else? Ho Chi Minh City or Hanoi? Which one is better? I have to say Hanoi.
Yeah.
For me.
Same.
I don't know. I think Ho Chi Minh looked too much of a city, too big, too crowded, too much traffic, and it's kind of too developed for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt Hanoi, at least some parts of Hanoi, had more, I don't know, more like local vibes, less crowded, less polluted. Still, it's crowded. It's a big city. There's the area where we stayed, the West Lake. That was super nice.
Yeah.
And it didn't feel like super, crowded city, skyscrapers and all that stuff, which Ho Chi Minh has more, I think. But I really like Hanoi.
Hanoi.
Personally, I prefer Hanoi.
Was very nice.
Yeah. What else?
And what's the name of the place that the market?
What market?
The Bia Hoi
Bia Hoi
place.
Corner?
Oh, Bia Hoi Quarter? Bia Hoi Corner. There's this like market area, and in the middle of the market there's this like a draft beer corner, and you can get like a very fresh draft beer, and there's just a bunch of like tables and then small, the squat chair, like a small chair, and it was very very nice. Hanoi, really recommend going there.
What is your worst experience so far while traveling? Is any bad experience in India? Well, besides crossing the border and having that night in the hotel with all the mosquitoes and all that stuff. What else? Not really. I'm thinking last 2 years ago when we traveled 6 months South India. No, we were not robbed or anything. We didn't have any accident. Oh yeah, maybe one of my worst experience was, I think it was first week when we were here in Goa. I got stopped by the police and I had to pay like a fine for being a foreigner, basically, because they were like just trying. And they told me, oh, you're not wearing helmet, which I was going to get at that time. And then I had to pay. And, yeah.
You remember on Christmas Day? We almost got robbed. My phone.
Oh shit! Yeah, explain that. Oh shit! Yeah, crazy.
It was our first time during the
Explain,
whole
explain.
whole our travel. We never got really
It was
like,
Christmas Eve.
in that kind of situation.
Christmas Eve or Christmas Day?
I think it was Christmas Day.
We were coming back from
Yeah.
from the beach, some bar.
On Christmas Day, we went to the beach to see the sunset, and then we had some beer and we had a nice dinner. And then on the way, and then after that, we went to some like bar, and then we had another beer. And then on the way to come back home, I was like holding my phone on my hand like this, and then all of a sudden, I felt like someone just grabbed my phone, and then I was like, and then for like about 20 seconds,
No, shorter.
shorter than that,
Yeah, I
like
felt
10,
it shorter.
10 seconds.
I don't know.
10
I was
seconds?
riding and I felt something dark here because it was dark, but something black. I was like, what is HYEKYONG doing? And she was like holding the phone and the guy pulling.
I didn't want to let it go, so I was holding it so tight, and then he was trying to take it from me, and then we were like these. Me and the guy was like this
Yeah.
for I don't know
Oh my
how many
God.
seconds, but I felt I to me it felt like forever, and then I screamed a lot, like I saw his face, and then I screamed a lot like a crazy woman, like "Ah!" Like I don't know what I was thinking. I was trying to shock him or something, and then scare him or something, and then finally he let it go. So I was like,
But we could have
Oh
had
my
an accident or
God.
something. I mean, if they take the phone, I don't know what I would have done.
yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
chasing
yeah,
them?
yeah,
No, I don't
yeah.
know. I'm not that kind of person. I don't know.
Yeah,
But we could have, fall, have an accident, whatever. It was.
But in that second, in that time, during that short time, I thought like if I get, how to say, if they take the phone, Jordi will get so mad. That's the one thing that I thought in my head. Like,
She was more scared about me
yeah, Jordi's gonna
reacting of
Jordi's gonna get so mad, and then I was like, I cannot let it go. I have to take it, and then I just superpower
Oh,
just came
yeah.
out from me, and then
Yeah.
the guy just left, and then I was like shaking, and then I get back home, and then I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god, it was
That was
first
scary.
time in our whole trip.
Yeah.
We never
Yeah.
had this kind of
Because
thing
we are quite
before.
careful. We heard so many stories
Yeah.
like if you're in this street, put your belongings in pocket and clothes. Like they told you in Vietnam, we were riding bike and she was recording from the bike from behind as a passenger, recording, and I think someone told her like, careful with your phone or put your phone in your pocket, something, because people can just grab it. We were quite ready or warned with regarding that issue, right?
Yeah, and I'm not sure if I should tell this or not.
Nah. What? Nah.
No?
Nah. Subway asking, most common tourist scams. Guides, like guides coming to you. Well, we were in Badami and some guy approached us. We didn't ask him to join us or anything, and then he started explaining about the place, historical. Okay, thank you, very nice, da da da. But he was not leaving us at all. And at some point, I thought, okay, this guy is gonna join us and keep explaining. If we don't just kick him out, he's gonna stay with us until we leave, and probably ask for money. And at some point, I just assumed that okay, he's gonna ask for money, so whatever. We just welcome him and listen to his explanations. I don't know how historically accurate was him, or if what he was explaining was super accurate or true or just random history, but we kind of listened to him, and when we left he asked for some money, and I think we paid what we had in cash. Small, we couldn't give like 2,000 or something, so yeah, I would appreciate if people offer first, like, oh, I'm a guide here, my price is this for an hour or for the tour, and are you taking it or not? I would appreciate that rather than trying to sneak, because at some point you see that guy will be asking for money, and I don't like sneaky things, be honest, yeah. What else? Always be aware from robbers, of course. Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Subway. He says, he or she, I don't know. I assume he,
Yeah.
but maybe I'm wrong. I am really enjoying your live stream. Thanks a lot for answering my questions. Anytime. That's why that's what live streams are for us at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if there's no more questions to answer.
Yeah, it's already 2
We've been
hours.
doing-
Wow. Right?
Wow, yeah. Maybe
More-
the battery.
More than 2 hours.
Can you check the battery?
I think it's
Yes.
almost.
Yeah, and I feel the coffee kicking. Plus, we need to have lunch. I am here. Okay, yeah, I should. I don't know why, but yeah, if we don't have more questions, maybe we should be wrapping up, or I don't know, just invite any friend. No,
Yeah, I think we should wrap up. It's been too long.
it's been 2 hours. Yeah,
Yeah.
then if anybody, focus. If anybody starts watching this when it's not live, it's really boring. Nobody watches a live stream once it's streamed. Live stream for 2 hours. Look at the cat. The cat is kind of awake, but eyes are closed. Yeah, it's our choice. Yeah, I think most questions are answered. I mean, Singapore questions. Some of other questions aren't. Yeah, I would say. But
Alright,
we're gonna
so-
do another one hopefully soon when we reach 3,000 subscribers. Or if we feel someday like, oh yeah, let's do a live stream because
And
just because.
we're trying to do some more vlogs, how we are staying here and
Mhm.
how we are, coping with this situation. And we're gonna do some more daily vlogs, so we could update more things. So thank you so much for joining for this long live stream, and we were very happy to answer all the questions relating to Singapore and also other questions related our travel experiences. It was really fun. Thank you so much. I really hope you guys also enjoyed our live stream.
Yeah, we enjoy answering questions or just chatting, hanging out, having a coffee on this Sunday morning of lockdown in India or anywhere in the world. Yeah. No more questions. You can make vlog while going outside for shopping. Yeah, I'm planning to do that. Maybe tomorrow, Monday, I might go get some groceries. The thing is, we cannot be both because
Yeah.
only one person is allowed for going shopping. So it might be me because.
Yeah, I can drive so.
So thank you so much for watching, and please share our channel with your friends. We want more friends to join, and we want this crowded. We want more questions and everything. Okay.
Alright.
Okay, let's wrap. I'm gonna show you our cat as a last shot of this live stream because she is so pretty. Say goodbye. Thank you guys. See you next time.